Well, you wanted hay, didn't you? Didn't thee?
16. Better put this littlest one in a box. 16. Now get a bucket of water.
Water. All I do is carry water.
No force. Say, wasn't this place irrigated? I see all these flumes and ditches.
Frederick Carson turned the water off.
Frederick Carson.
He's the man who bought the ranch up above from friends who couldn't make a go of it. We had built a community dam, but it was on his property.
Well, what'd you do about it? Don't tell me. You prayed.
Of course.
Get you any water?
Well, we didn't pray for water. We prayed for Frederick Carson.
Carson turned off the water and you prayed for him?
Of course.
Can't you see? By committing an evil act, the poor man injured his soul.
I'm glad there's a well. Because it'd sure get thirsty around here if we had to wait for Carson. I'm gonna walk this pony.
Benny? Nothing.
Be sure you don't leave no slack in that cinch. The boss will sure howl.
Yeah, this ain't the first pony I ever saddled. He'd squawk no matter how I done it.
He's sure getting mean these days, ain't he?
Cantankerous by his natural bornin'. That boil in his neck don't help him none either.
Get out of my way. You belong behind a plow.
Who's Carson?
Don't get down. We ain't taking on no saddle tramps on this spread. Vamoose. Are you deef? I said get moving, tramp.
Nice dam.
Yeah, what's that to you?
Take out the top 2 planks.
What did you say?
The top 2. Let 16 inches of water over there.
Who says so?
I do.
And who might you be when you're at home?
Quirt Evans.
Well, anybody might ride up here and say they're Quirt Evans. He ain't knowed around here by sight. Anybody can say they're him.
Sure could.
But there's a QE stamp on his saddle.
Well, take the top planks out of that head gate, you stupid idiot. Well, I don't need all that extra water.
Step up on that pony.
Well, now, look here, Mr. Evans. I've done what you told me to.
You sure did. Step up on that pony.
Well, I'm the kind of fellow tries to get along with everybody.
Side me.
Well, wait a minute. Maybe we better take out a couple more of them planks, Shucks. I got 10 times as much water as I need.
That'll do for now.
Well, if you ever need any more, Mr. Evans, all you got to do is say so.
I figured that. let's start off from scratch. You got more water than you need.
You're absolutely right, Quirt. Mr. Evans. Hey, do you mind if I call you Quirt?
Not a bit. So it's no skin off your moccasins if you let a little water over that ditch.
I absolutely know, Mr. Evans. Quirt.
You're gonna be neighborly or not?
Well, I sure am, Quirt.
Well, that's the way to talk.
Frederick Carson.
Howdy, Mrs. Worth.
Oh, we always knew you'd change your mind.
Yes, ma'am. I did.
Thank you, Frederick. All of us here in the valley are grateful to you.
Worth, it's like I was saying. I ain't got any use for all that extra water. Why shouldn't I let my neighbors use it? I believe that neighbors should be friendly.
What you got there on your neck, a boil?
Mrs. Worth, I rustled that burned boil
Have
off.
you tried putting soap and sugar poultice on it?
No, ma'am, I ain't.
You get down this minute and come in the house. I'll fix it for you. That's right.
You gonna hurt me?
No, that's a shame. It looks awful.
Well, looks like your prayer straightened everything out.
So you think your gun changed Frederick Carson, huh?
Who says I pointed a gun?
I do.
Well, I didn't.
And he gave in more easily than I expected. They remember this, Quirt. The Lord moves in mysterious manner at times using strange methods and odd instruments.
Me?
Mhm.
Well, that would be odd.
I just get a gnawing hankering after good pies and truck like that.
Oh, Freddie Carson.
Yes, ma'am?
I want you to have some of these. They're awful good with coffee in the morning.
Makes me want to go home and shoot my Chinese cook.
You just come back for more any time you like. There are always plenty.
Thank you.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Goodbye, Frederick.
Goodbye. Man ought to see more of his neighbors. Hey, wonderful woman that Mrs. Worth. Look, she fixed my boil.
Penny.
Excuse me, I think Father wants to give thanks.
Oh, he already thanked me.
I know. I think now he'd like to thank someone else.
Hold my plunder while I get aboard, will you? You know, Mrs. Worth's going to keep me supplied in pies. I want to bring her over a quarter of beef now and then. Finally come to an understanding with my neighbors.
You sure did.
Oh, well, of course, you know I was just scared to death when I made that speech to them people. I'm glad you made me do it. Makes me feel good. Adios, amigo.
Dinner.
How bad's dinner gonna be?
Oh, roast venison and vegetables, and of course a skimpy chicken.
Well, with a pie and cake, I'll try to make out.
Chicken or venison?
Both. I feel real good.
Oh, you do?
Frighten you, miss. Is there a fellow named Quirt Evans around here?
Well, yes, I'll get him.
Never mind. I can do my talking to you. He's been here long?
About 3 weeks, I guess.
He didn't disappear for, say, 2 days during that time, did he?
No.
Hello, you weather-beaten old hangman. Penny, this is Wistful McClintock, the marshal of the territory.
Hi, miss.
And don't let that gray hair fool you. He's a curly wolf.
Hello, Quirt. See, I thought I had you about half hung. Tall fella, Fast with a gun, held up the Baker stage, killed a couple. Now, you're right tall, and some say you're a fast man. But I guess I'll have to take the little lady's word for it. When are you and Laredo Stevens going to get around to killing one another?
Laredo? Well, we water our horses out of the same trough.
Well, I'm sure looking forward to hanging the survivor. You know, I'm a figuring man. Sometimes I don't know all the answers. Like that fella, Quirt Evans. Handy man with a Colt. While he was acting as Wyatt Earp's deputy over the Tombstone, one day he turns in his badge and starts building himself a nice cattle spread. Suddenly sells out and goes on a prod. Why? That's when I ain't figured yet. Sometimes things connect. About that time, a fella called Walt Ennis went down in front of Laredo Stevens. Walt was Regent at the time, and some say that a gambler standing there grabbed his hand. Maybe that's connected. How did you stand with Walt Ennis?
Know him.
Two things connected?
I know a lot of people.
Well, I'll figure it out. I usually do. I'm patient. Young lady, don't be looking at him with your eyes all bugged out like a cowbird's. There ain't no future in it. So long, folks.
Quirt, please stay away from Laredo Stevens.
He owes me money. And don't worry, I might come out on top.
That'd be even worse.
Worse? It'd be worse if he goes down than if I go down?
Of course, don't you see that?
Oh, I know. I'd be a guy with a marred soul.
Don't make it sound so crude, Quirt. You see why I couldn't love you.
All right. I won't look up Laredo. It's better this way. Every time he opens the door, every time he hears footsteps coming around a corner, Laredo will start sweating, thinking it's me. His food won't sit well the rest of his life. Well, all right, but if I'm gonna be holy, I gotta get some fun out of it. Unsaddle my horse, will you, kid?
Sure.
Want to board her for a while?
Of course, you're always welcome.
Quirt.
Hello. Well, I haven't had a decent meal since I left here. Chocolate?
Not very good. The flour, you know.
Well, I'll just stick around till you get one right.
I'll feed the chickens.
So early, Penny?
Yes. Help me, Quirt.
Does it take two to feed a few chickens, Mother?
At times, Thomas, at times. Remember?
You came back?
Yes.
Why?
I don't know exactly.
Why did you go away without saying anything?
I don't know that exactly either.
I think it was because I frightened you. Oh, I know that sounds strange that I should frighten you, but I mean it. You were frightened because I was stupid, and you thought that living with me would be tiresome and dull after a while. Tiresome and dull because all I knew, raised since a baby here on the farm, was our belief that people love, marry, and stay together forever after that. Oh, I'm not such a fool not to know that outside in worldly places people love, and it doesn't have to follow that they marry and stay together forever. I know that sometimes they separate.
Are you ever going to run down and let me talk?
No, Quirt, that's what you were afraid of, that I'd tie myself around your neck, and when you got tired, you couldn't be rid of me. And I made up my mind, if you came back, I'd tell you this, that whatever you want, Quirt, you can be.
If I go away, you go with me. I go away, they go with it.
I used to be an Indian fighter. Just can't help walking up soft on people. Morning, Missy. This young man been doing any traveling since I was here last? All over Casa Verde lost a big herd a few days ago. Why, Missy, cat got your tongue?
Why ask her? You know I've been traveling. You looked in the corral to see how my horse shaped up.
I did just that. And he sure covered a lot of country. He's a right weary animal. I just wanted to see would the young lady lie for you.
I was going to.
You been over Casa Verde way?
I've been to Rimrock, and I got witnesses to prove it.
Witnesses? For instance?
Randy McCall, Christine Taylor.
That's what I call witnesses. Who else? Lila Neal, I suppose. She'd make a good alibi witness for you. Randy, Christine, and Lila. There's three to draw to. So Lila saw you there too, huh?
Yes.
Come here, junkhead. You $1.50 brush jumper. Ooh. Well, guess I missed you again, Quirt. But I'm patient. That's what hangs all you fellas in the end. I'm patient.
Lila. You talked about her when you were delirious. I wish my hair were... Hers was like corn silk, you say.
There's a sight I never thought I'd see. Quirt Evans behind the plow.
The pony walks as soft as you do.
I taught him. Oh, I figured you'd have heard him. Except you were thinking too hard.
Haven't you got some real important business to attend to? Someplace else?
Sure. But I always like to keep track of your whereabouts. You know, Quirt, I always figured on using a new rope and hanging you. 'Cause I kind of respected you. You never took the best of things, and all your men went down looking at you.
Well, mind your own business.
I usually do. It's a shame things don't always turn out the way they should. Now, that little gal should marry some young fella who'd know what to do with that plow.
Why don't you kick up that horse and move on?
Some young fella that raised a lot of grain. And cows, sheep, and kids. The kind of a fella that she'd always know where he was.
Do I have to run you off?
Well, now, I'll tell you. I never have been run off no place yet, where I aim to stay. But it just so happens I gotta be going. No, Quirt. You don't raid a new rope with me.
Look, there's a lot of foo-for-all and nonsense have to go with it. I'm not gonna stand for a lot of dressing up and a batch of jabbering people looking at me just 'cause I'm getting married.
Quirt, come along with me.
Well, yes or no?
Come along.
Picking blackberries?
Mm-hmm.
All right. All right.
I think we have enough, Quirt.
Never did like blackberries. Now I know I was right. There's too much work connected with it.
I'll get some more fern.
Look out, there's a wasp on that
Don't
petunia.
kill him.
Well, it's all right for you to trust wasps and people, but he might have known I don't trust him and decided to take first bite.
Mm-hmm. And incidentally, that's not a petunia, that's a daisy. That's a petunia.
Petunia, daisy, daisy, petunia.
Quirt Evans. Oh, nothing. I just like the sound of it. Quirt. Where'd they ever get such an odd name?
Fellow who half raised me gave it to me. He found me somewhere along the big cattle trail. Folks had been bushwhacked by Indians, I guess. He was a big fella, cattleman. Swung a wide loop in his younger days, I think.
Wide loop?
Well, wasn't too careful whose calf he threw his rope at. Most of the old cattlemen were like that. He raised me. He was quite a guy. His name was Walt Ennis. He was downed in a gambling place. The fella grabbed his gun arm just as he drew. It was murder. Stop it.
Then what?
Well, I just bounced around from place to place.
Quirt Evans.
see any gun.
I know him. He's got a gun, all right. I know him.
Well, what are we waiting for?
Nothing, I guess. Let's find a saloon.
You don't have to be worried about Penny, Mother.
Oh, I can't help worrying about her, Johnny.
Get that doctor and burn up the road both ways.
Step away from those women. Why don't you turn around, Quirt? Nothing ever works out right. I had them dead to rights. They got the Baker stage. So I figured I'd watch the ruckus. You down them, and I'd hang you. Sorta killing 3 hawks with 1 stone, so to speak. And nothing ever works out right. Well, you missed your pinpoint, but I'm patient. It's only a matter of time and I hang you.
Not me, mister. From now on, I'm a farmer.
That quirt. Say, Quirt might need that.
No. Only a man that carries a gun ever needs one.
What are you gonna do with it?
Hang it on the wall in my office with a new rope.